AMS, Asset Management Services. So what do we do and what are we looking to do? So asset management service really is very simply what it is. We're managing assets for clients. It can be anywhere from the collection of the account, trying to get people back on track through our third party. It's recovery of the asset, so repossession. It's remarketing of the asset, so it's sales of the asset, all the way up to potentially the legal path through replevin, judgment, those kinds of things. So ultimately, what we're trying to do is maximize the dollar for the client. What that entails is getting the best deal we can for, the recovery. So going to our agents saying, hey, here's what we're willing to do. Here's what we're willing to pay. What are your thoughts? Making sure storage is as low as possible because those fees can add up quickly. Once we do all those things, we have the asset, it's getting the titles, it's making sure we have all the proper documentation. So then we can resell that asset. We do that through the vendors that we do have, that we've had for years, former buyers. We do that through online platforms. We do that through auctions. Ultimately, it's going to depend on how quickly the client wants to move, what they're looking to get out of it. So ultimately, we're going to tailor what we're doing to really the client's needs. It's not just going to be a one-size-fits-all. We're just going to plug everybody into this one thing. It's what do you want, client? What are your expectations? How do you want Dedicated to work for you? And this what makes us different is that we're willing to pivot, to do new things, to try new things, to make sure that the client is getting the maximum output from us, getting as much money as they can get back. And, that's good for the merchant because that means less of a deficiency. That's great for the client because they're out less money. And then after that, we can go collections, we can go legal. There's a lot of different avenues to go. But ultimately, we are literally managing those assets, could be through collections, through the legal path, everything in between. But it's doing it ethically. It's doing it with not just the client in mind. It's making sure that the merchant is treated respectfully, held accountable, of course, but treated well. These individuals are in a tough spot. Sometimes it's doing voluntary, sometimes it's involuntary. Sometimes we just got to go find the stuff. We got the boots on the ground to do that. And really, we like being PIs, private investigators, finding the stuff, getting it back for the client, getting those kinds of wins. Ultimately, AMS is kind of the front to back end of making sure the client's dollar is maximized, that they're getting the value that they need out of the equipment, and also giving them the recommendations, right? Sometimes stuff comes back and it's not in the greatest condition. It's being realistic with the clients on what they can get out of that equipment and making sure that we're doing everything we can to get that for them.